No one expected Tiger Woods' son to be playing under this much pressure until now. For years, Charlie Woods was simply the kid swinging beside Tiger. Cute moments, viral swings, father-son tournaments, but little more than a shadow of potential. That all changed in May 2025 when Charlie entered the Team TaylorMade Invitational, one of the most competitive events on the AJA circuit, and won. Not by luck, and not because the favorites faltered. Charlie beat the top junior amateurs in the country. Suddenly, this wasn't about being Tiger's son, it was about becoming Charlie Woods. That win wasn't just a trophy, it was a warning shot to the entire junior golf world. From that moment, everything escalated. Headlines exploded overnight. PGA pros, fans and analysts couldn't stop talking. Clips of his swing went viral again, this time with captions like "Future Tour Star" and "The Next Woods Begins Here." His ranking soared, his AJA points surged, and his name became a regular feature on golf blogs and ESPN. At just 16, Charlie wasn't just playing, he was building a serious resume. Golf fans everywhere began asking the same question: could this kid actually qualify? It felt like the US Open, but with hype comes pressure, and no one understood that better than Tiger Woods. After Charlie's AJ win, every time he teed it up, the cameras followed. Tiger was usually there, hoodie up, sunglasses on, blending into the background, yet watching every shot. His silent presence spoke volumes. This wasn't just support from a proud father, this was legacy on the line. When Tiger watches, the whole world pays attention. Then came the US Open Qualifier, chance to earn a spot on one of golf's grandest stages. Expectations were sky high, and as Charlie arrived, all eyes locked on him. But what happened next, no one could have predicted. Thousands watched. A teenager tee off, unaware that history was about to be made or missed. The USGA local qualifier at the Legacy Golf and Tennis Club wasn't supposed to be a media frenzy. Normally, these events fly under the radar, quiet, intense, filled with unknown amateurs grinding toward a dream. But this time was different. The moment Charlie Woods' name appeared on the tee sheet, everything changed. Fans lined up early, phones in hand, and news trucks camped by the gates. They weren't just watching a junior golfer, they were watching the son of a legend fight to forge his own path through golf's most unforgiving proving ground. This wasn't just a qualifier, it felt like the beginning of something either historic or heartbreaking. Charlie teed off with calm shoulders and razor-sharp focus, starting steady with pars, showing a maturity beyond his years. But the back nine told a different story. A pulled tee shot here, a three-putt there, and, just like that, the round began to slip. Charlie carded a 75, finishing at +3, 7 strokes off the cut. The number stung, he knew it, and he wanted more. But the truth is, even with that score, he exceeded most expectations. The amateurs who advanced were older, more seasoned, many already entered abound. Charlie didn't collapse, he simply got outgunned on a battlefield full of grown men. Then came the image that went viral. Tiger Woods standing silently behind the ropes, cap low, sunglasses on, arms crossed. He didn't shout, didn't step in. He watched not as a golf icon, but as a father. He'd lived this moment before, but now it was his son walking that lonely path from raw potential to real pressure. Tiger watched as Charlie came up short, but Charlie didn't leave the 18th green with slumped shoulders. He walked off with fire in his eyes. No tears, no tantrums, just laser focus. It was a loss, yes, but more importantly, it was a lesson. And Charlie didn't walk away defeated, he walked away transformed. Then the golf world erupted. Within hours of his final putt at the Legacy Golf and Tennis Club, headlines poured in like a tidal wave. Fails to qualify, setback for the Woods legacy. But buried beneath the clickbait was something far more meaningful, a new narrative forming. Progress for Charlie Woods, a phrase that started showing up in fan tweets, Reddit threads, and golf blogs. Suddenly, the conversation had shifted. This qualifier wasn't just a stat line, it was a litmus test for how the world viewed this teenage phenom. Critics saw a missed cut. Real fans saw the foundation of a comeback. Social media lit up in every direction. Some users mocked the hype, but many were quick to point out how far Charlie had come since his last attempt. A year ago, he wasn't even close to the cut. Now, he missed it by just 7 strokes, a massive leap in competitive golf, especially at this level. Even more impressive was how he handled the moment. No club slams, no excuses, no cracks under pressure. His body language was calm, and his post-round interviews were short, honest, and strikingly mature. Some called it a failure. Others saw the beginning of something special. Veteran commentators joined the conversation. One former PGA pro remarked, "The kid's not chasing scorecards, he's learning how to handle the spotlight, and that's tougher than sinking birdie putts." Another called Charlie the most composed 16-year-old we've ever seen on this kind of stage. Slowly but powerfully, the narrative began to shift. What started as backlash turned into a quiet redemption arc. Then, just as the noise started to fade, Charlie dropped a message. No interview, no press conference, just a few simple lines on Instagram. And it changed everything. Most kids would have gone silent after a setback, but not Charlie. Be easy. Move would have been to disappear. blame the wind, the pressure, the course, anything. But Charlie chose something else. Charlie Woods did none of the usual post-loss theatrics. In a sport where ego is as common as a 7-iron, he chose silence over spotlight. No dramatic post-round quotes, no excuses, just a calm short message posted to Instagram. And no, it wasn't a flashy Formula One caption, it was simple, grounded, and real. Didn't get the result I wanted, but I learned a lot. It's time to keep working. See you out there soon. When you say less, people start listening more. Rumors swirled instantly. Some insiders suggested Charlie was shifting focus to upcoming AJA events, possibly eyeing a big swing in Montreal. Others hinted at a mental reset, maybe even teaming up with a new sports psychologist. But one thing was certain, he wasn't stepping back, he was doubling down. Just days after the qualifier, fans spotted him back at the medalist, grinding through range sessions with a coach by his side. No cameras, no Tiger, just Charlie and a bucket of balls. He didn't say much, but what he did next spoke volumes. Whispers spread his swing looked different, smoother at the top, more balanced. Through the finish, those watching closely knew this wasn't a restart, it was a reset. The kind champions make after setbacks, not to prove something to the world, but to themselves. This wasn't about the last round, it was about the next one. While most kids would have taken a break, Charlie went straight back to work, not because he had to, but because that's who he is. This wasn't a fall, it was the setup for something bigger. Because from the very beginning, this story was never just about qualifying. It was about becoming. Missing a cut often looks like failure, a number on a leaderboard, a line through a name. But in Charlie Woods' case, it meant something more, something deeper. Just like his father decades ago, these early stumbles aren't setbacks, they're blueprints. Tiger Woods didn't walk into greatness untouched. He lost as a junior, failed in qualifiers, and quietly stacked those moments, one by one, into the stone foundation of a career that changed golf forever. Even legends start with losses. At just 16, Charlie is already navigating a world most kids his age can't imagine, doing it not just with raw talent, but with a patience and maturity that's leaving seasoned pros stunned. Pundits are now comparing his growth arc to Tiger's pre-Stanford era, not flashy, but focused. Not instant domination, but undeniable progress, the kind that creeps up quietly until it doesn't. Greatness doesn't always arrive through victory. Sometimes it reveals itself in how you respond to defeat. And then there's the shadow of the Woods, named the pressure no scorecard can measure. Every tee shot, every Instagram post, every swing, it's all watched, critiqued, and compared. And yet Charlie keeps walking forward, not trying to be the next Tiger Woods, but striving to be the first Charlie Woods. That's a different kind of courage. That's legacy in motion. He's not trying to escape his father's shadow, he's learning how to cast one of his own. So, what does it all mean? It means we're witnessing the early chapters of something rare, something real. And if you think that